Get ready to master your life and achieve your dreams with Lifestyle Mastery, the show that will transform the way you think about personal development, business, and entrepreneurship, and explores the fascinating world of self-improvement with the guidance of the renowned expert, Dr. Sheila Smith. From mastering your mindset to building a successful business, Dr. Smith and her guests will inspire, educate, and empower you to live your best life.
Welcome to Lifestyle Mastery. I am your host, Dr. Sheila Smith, and today's show, we have such a wonderful guest that's going to give you inspiration, motivation, and instructions on how to keep fit, how to keep your body right and tight, and just overall how to be healthy. We have today with us, we have the honor of having with us Tyrone Poole, who is a former NFL player, two-time Super Bowl champion, an American Ninja finalist, an author, speaker, inventor, TV personality, broadcaster. I am so excited because I have heard Tyrone Poole speak on the social audio app called Clubhouse, and he's in very prominent rooms teaching everyone how to maintain their body after a certain age. And so I wanted to bring him to you today. So I'm going to bring this kind gentleman right on up. And we have Tyrone Poole. Welcome to Lifestyle Mastery.
Hey, Dr. Sheila, Dr. Smith.
Yes.
How you doing? I've come for my checkup. So I come to the doctor for my checkup.
Well, we are wanting you to be the doctor today and to teach us some valuable skills. We know that you are someone that believes in athleticism. You believe in working your body out. I can't wait for them to hear all the things that you're doing pertaining to supplements and the like. So I just want to get right into it. Who is Tyrone Poole?
Wow, that's a great question. That's a how long do we have?
45 minutes.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank God. Tyrone Poole is a child of God. My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I consider myself like water. Water takes the shape of any container. So Tyrone Poole is adjustable. Yes, I am a direct person. Again, just like water, I flow directly. I am a family person. Even though I am the only child, I am an only child. But I was not spoiled. Now, I came up in humble beginnings, financially challenged. So we know without money, you know what that could do for you.
Yes.
I love fitness. Like you alluded to in the opening. I'm just a person who's very creative. I'm analytical. You just can't tell me that it's raining outside and without me going out there to check and look up. I am a person that I love to talk. Sometimes people say I talk too much.
Okay. You're on the right show for that then.
Well, there we go. We're going to fit like a hand in glove.
Yes.
I just believe that when it comes to talking, I love to tell stories when I talk because I get it from Christ, right? I'm like, telling parables, and that's the best way to get people to understand. And with that being said, I'll close with this. In fact, in part of who is Tyrone Poole, which I can go farther and farther, which we're going to ask a lot of questions that give me an opportunity to answer that, hopefully. But I try to give people so much information, Sheila, that they will have to hire someone to help them misunderstand what I just said. So if you guys didn't get that, it's kind of a joke. Meaning I talk so much, I give you so much information. Again, I give you the picture and the definition. And I've learned that without the picture is just as bad without the definition as the definition is without the picture. So yeah, it may take a long time to explain what I'm saying, but again, you will leave me not knowing what I've said, and you would probably have to go hire somebody to help you misunderstand what I just said. So in a nutshell, that's me, Sheila.
I love it. What has sports taught you about your life?
Oh, wow. Wow, that gives me another great opportunity to elaborate. I think sports is a awesome metaphor. And like you said, we've shared many rooms on the app Clubhouse. We've seen each other in person. You came here to Atlanta for Laura's event. And I had an opportunity to meet some of the other people that I normally hear on Clubhouse. So it's great meeting you guys. And I think sports is a great metaphor for life. And I've learned so much. Teamwork. I'm like, everybody in the world, they're looking for the right team, even in a relationship, marriage is a team. It's a team. And if there's no chemistry there, then just like in sports, you're going to end up somewhere along the road cutting that player, releasing that player, or as we do it in the world, divorce that person. So that's basically what they're doing in sports. They divorce the team from the player. So I've learned that you got to find the right players. Just because somebody looks good, just because someone can do certain things doesn't mean that they are a perfect fit for what you have going on. So let's remember, it's two become one. So you got to have that chemistry. And I'm all about winning championships. And that's what the other thing that sports has taught me, that it's about winning. And I don't pray just to pray. I pray because I want God to answer what I need done. And I don't eat just to eat. I eat for nutrition because I want to live a long life. And I don't work out just to work out. I work out because I want my body to look right and tight. So this is my temple. So, sports has taught me how to handle the ups and downs of life. Life is like a roller coaster. If you can't handle the dips, and that's usually when all of us get kind of scared, Dr. Sheila, is when it's never really the climb going up. Pretty much everybody's cool with that, right? They're cool with the going up. It's the going down that really gets everybody screaming and yelling and gripping the person next to you, squeezing the blood out of their hands. A lot of people know what I'm talking about, doing that roller coaster ride. So life, compared to sports has taught me how to handle. And actually, I think playing sports has given me an advantage of how to handle the ups and downs, the trials, the tests, the tribulations of the world. And I'm able to bounce back. So, but sports has taught me a whole lot about life.
I love that. I love that. I love that answer. So, how has your spirituality helped you? We're going to slide right into, we're going to let you keep on going because you're doing it at a nice pace. How does sports help with your spirituality in your life?
Well, I believe that let's put the spirit first, because that's what we are. We're a spirit. We have a soul, and we live in a body. So, even though I played professional football, that's not who I am. That's what I did. But who I truly am is the spirit. But the spirit and football go hand in hand, because if I want to be successful in the spirit of Tyrone Poole, I have to know who I am, what I have, and what I could do according to what Christ has done for me. That's now, good. How that figures into the sporting world if I want to be the best defensive back, and that's the position that I played cornerback. So for all those who don't know what defensive back or cornerback is, I'm that guy that covers the guy that the quarterback, everybody knows who the quarterback is, right? Who the quarterback tries to throw the ball to. So my job is to cover that guy and make sure that if the quarterback does try to throw the ball, I either knock it down or I intercept the ball, right? But in order for me to be effective in doing that, Dr. Sheila, I have to know who I am, what I have, and what I can do according to the defense and my abilities to play football. So football, sports, my spirituality, again, it works together. It works together like peanut butter and jelly, you know, like ham and the burger, you know, it all goes together. So, so, you know, my spirituality, I got to know who I am, what I have, and what I can do according to what that manual that Heavenly Father gave me. Christ explained to me. So it's the same thing in sports. When I go to that team, I get what they call the Bible, which is their playbook. Their playbook. And then the playbook, I read it, and then my defensive back coach, in this case, who would be considered like a Christ, so to speak, tells me what I need to do and how I need to do it. So that's how my spirituality and athletics kind of go hand in hand.
I love it. I love that answer. I love the fact that you give complete answers and not, you know, just a little piece here. You give the entire picture. So I love that.
Well, that's why I said I give you so much information.
You did say that.
You're going to have to hire somebody to help you misunderstand.
So what I want to talk to you about is I did some digging on you, and I want to talk about your book, Ultimate Success in the Game of Life. What is that book about?
Oh, wow. I'm gonna actually go all the way back to starting the book, because most of the times in our lives, someone else sees greatness in us when we don't see it ourselves. So that thing hot, right? That was hot right there. That was hot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's hot sauce.
Yeah, that's that hot. Ooh, they that hot sauce yet. Oh, they don't want that hot sauce. Not yet. We're gonna get them with the hot sauce. So y'all gotta hang around. You gotta tune in. You gotta stay put, because you want to hear about this hot sauce now. So that's right. But usually someone has to call us out. Has to say, hey, you got this in you. That's why you want, going back, a team. You want a great team. Chemistry. People who see things in you that you don't see in yourself, because they want to help you maximize. So when the book came about, pretty much everyone had known about my history growing up and financially challenged, poverty, and now making it to the NFL. Overcoming story, right? Wow, you overcame, and the hurdles and adversity that came into your life, you used it as an opportunity. Even when I created the adversity myself,
that part,
still I was able to overcome it. So that's a message to everyone who's watching.
Clip it.
You can mess up yourself. It don't necessarily have to be somebody else. It could be the inner enemy that's causing the opposition in your life. But the key is you can use that opposition as an opportunity to continue to your destiny. So it ain't over. It's not over. So so the book, someone said, hey, you need to write a book, man. You need to write a book. Your story is so inspirational, so motivational, man. So that's how I started the book. And the title, again, wise people surround themselves with wise counsel. And several people said, hey, you need to create a title that you can use it to start a brand. A brand, you can build on it. So the title in itself, Ultimate Success, which I'm gonna come back and say something about that. Ultimate Success in the Game of Life. So I can build a series off of that title alone. Ultimate success in the game of fitness, ultimate success in the game of overcoming adversity, ultimate success in the game of whatever it is that you want to do. So not only can that title and what I can talk about through my life experiences can be given to the youth, but it could be given to the elderly. It could be given to anybody who wants to be better than where they are. Now, I'll close with this. I could have said success in the game of life, right? But that would have probably meant that success is relevant. What I call success, somebody else may say, you know what, that's not success. So when you put a definite article in front of a word, it means that you're talking about only one type. So when I say ultimate success, so now it makes you go back and look at your life and say, okay, am I ultimately living in the land of success that I want? So at that point in time in my life, yes, ultimate success, to go from actually quitting football in high school, which is in the book. That's why people need to get that book. But I quit football in high school. So like I said, you can mess yourself up, right? You can get off on the wrong exit. I know I've been traveling many times, and I stay here in Atlanta, and I've been traveling down 85 or 285 and not paying attention. And I'm supposed to get off on exit 22, right? And I end up passing the exit or not paying attention, getting off on exit 23. And I'm like, hold on, I don't got off on the wrong exit.
Yeah.
And how many of you out there in life, you've gotten off on the wrong exit? Some of you have been off that exit, off the highway for a while. Some of you just exited off. But here's what I want to tell you. You can find your way back to the highway. Because if you know who you are, what you have, and what you can do, then you know that you are on the wrong exit, right? So ultimate success, there's only one type of success. And that's what it is, Dr. Sheila. So that's how the book came about. That's how the title came about. And that's the reason why I called it ultimate, not just success, because there is a difference.
I love that. Talk to the women about the women over 40 that are feeling, their bodies are feeling like, okay, let me bring it back. So they are now empty nesters. The children are gone. They're looking at themselves and saying, oh my goodness, now what do I do? How do I recapture what I used to be? Because now I can focus on me. Can you give us a strategy to begin that road back to, I want to almost say recovery, but that road back to health and wellness?
Yeah. And, I like to call that in certain situations, reform. You're looking to reform your life. You're looking to refill your life because there have been some empty voids along the years that you tried to refill so you can restore the success in your life that you know you had in you. So reform, refill, and restore. That's what I want to come from. And the second thing is I can't give exactly what a woman feels, but because we are human beings and we all have emotions, we laugh, we cry. If you cut a male, you cut a female, we're gonna bleed red. So in that capacity, we all are sharing the same experience, looking for that common principle, which is maximization in our lives. So what I would tell someone, first and foremost, you got to look at, forget about the past. Forget about the past. It's gone. Okay. Eat the meat. Eat the meat.
And spit out the bones.
Spit out the bones. So stop chewing on that bone saying what you could have done when you were 20 something, what you could have done when you were 30 something. You know what? Take what you already got. Take what you do have from your 20s. Take what you do have from your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and start building right there. Okay. So that's the first thing. Take what you got, and that's where we're going to build a foundation off of. Now, You got to look at where you are presently. What can you do right now that you can maximize? Okay, the kids just left. Okay, I'm a little bit older. All right. Now, can you go back to school? Do you need to go back to school to finish up that degree? Or maybe you got your degree and now you just a couple of hours, a couple of semesters away from getting your doctorate. Okay, and also, if you do, you know your true purpose. Do you
Yeah,
know
that's
your
it.
true purpose? Because I believe that we could be delayed, but we cannot be denied. So your purpose cannot be denied, even though you were delayed. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling it over here. We'll put my hands up to the screen, boy. That thing is warm. It's warm. But we can be delayed. And again, if you're a woman and you had children, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. You took care of your responsibilities, okay?
Yeah.
But you are not denied. So now it's time to get back into that hot seat, right? Get back into that seat where it's only a one passenger car right now. And you look at who you are, like I said before, who you are, what you have, and what you can do. And then you go after it. You go after it. You block out all types of distractions. You get tunnel vision and you keep moving. You keep moving. So that's basically what I was saying in a nutshell. Forget about the past. Look at what you have right now. Look at where you are. What do you want to do? Okay. And if you don't know your purpose in life, then I'm going to give you a little quick way that you can look at your purpose and try to find your purpose. Okay. And I'm a spiritual person. So what does God say you have? Okay. Look at the word of God and find out, right? Now, you say, well, yeah, Tyrone, I don't read the Bible. You know, I'm not a Bible person. Okay. I got something else for you. Look at your family. Look at your family history. What is it that your family is doing that you can say, hey, you know what? I want to continue that in the legacy of our family. Well, Tyrone, man, I'm out on that one too, man, because ain't nobody in my family doing nothing, you know? Okay, all right, I got something else for you. All right, maybe you need a partner. Remember, I talked about a team. Partner with somebody who's doing something that you may have a passion about. Partner with them, and then you collaborate, and your purpose still can come to fruition by using someone else's vision that ties into your vision. And you partner together and you go out and you accomplish and do and maximize your life. So those are the three ways that if you don't know your purpose, you can find your purpose. And again, hey, forget about the past, look at where you are right now and go maximize.
You're a health, I don't want to say a health nut, but you are a trainer. Give us some tips on how to start. Like, what do you do? What is your routine? And I know that a lot of us aren't in the fitness arena like you are, but can you give us some tips on how to start? What are the things that you do to maintain your health?
Yeah, that's another great question, opportunity to answer. For over, talk about athletics, 22 plus years, sports, my body was my business. That's how I made my money. I made my money by working that thing. I was working that thing. I was shaking that thing. I was trying to get attention from the NFL and all these professional sporting teams. And so my body was my business. I had to eat right. I had to sleep right. I had to stretch. I had to do everything to help my body maximize because it was so competitive, so competitive. You know, when you talk about the males, all male sports, it's competitive. But the ones who are able to take care of their bodies, they begin to separate themselves. So it's kind of like going up in altitude. You know, those who can't handle the thin air, they're going to start falling off. So when you can keep yourself in shape mentally, physically, and spiritually, then you start to separate yourself, right? So what I did, and this is something that I believe everybody can do, right? You don't need a quote unquote diet that basically comes from Venus. I guess, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Is that what they got?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So whether you're a man or a woman, you don't need that outer space diet. You just got to be knowledgeable, right? Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a very easy tip on like weight loss or just getting yourself in shape. For weight loss, the key to losing weight. Everybody ready for this? Let me make
Yes.
sure. Yeah, I gotta make sure that only people here can hear me. I gotta make sure nobody else. All right, nobody else looking. All right, but the key to really losing weight, Dr. Sheila, you just gotta burn more calories than you take in. That's the key. That is the key. Burn more calories than you take in. Most of us, where we mess up, I believe, where we mess up when it comes to that diet, we all are living a fast-paced life.
Whew.
Somebody right now watching this show said, man, I'm gonna have to record the rest of it and come back and watch it. See, that's how life is. So when you are living in a fast-paced life, usually your diet is going to be off. You're going to have to eat, right? So some of us are eating 2 hours before we go to bed. Or we're not eating the proper food. And then we go to work and we're sitting at the desk, not being mobile for several hours. And that fast food we just ate, the body is not utilizing any energy. Remember, I said the more calories you burn, the more fat you burn. So if you're not eating healthy, you're eating late at night, then your metabolism can't burn or utilize that food for energy. So it stores it. It stores it. And then next thing you know, you wake up a couple of months later, you're like, hold on, you're pinching your waistline.
Yeah.
Like, when did this show up? You know?
What happened?
Exactly. So that's the first thing. Burn more calories. You got to take in less calories. And also watch what you eat and what time you eat, right? Now, do I eat like, how should I say it? Am I a health nut? No, I'm not. I'm not a health nut when it comes to eating. I eat pretty much anything that I want. Praise God. I'm 52 years old, and my diet consists of a very generic 7-5-2 is what I call it. 7 days out the week, 5 days I eat as healthy as I can, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 2 days I splurge, meaning splurge could be that fast food, or it could be a pizza, it could be burger, whatever it is that my body may crave, right? But I don't splurge back to back, right? Back to back days. I splurge at the high point of the day. So remember, it goes back to burn more calories, right? So if I splurge and I eat that burger, and also moderation, let me say that, moderation. If I do that at the high point of my day, which could be between 12 and 3 p.m., then if I eat that burger, if I go to the restaurant, eat that burger, well, I'm going to probably burn it up. I'm going to burn no calories up before I go to bed, right? So the 7-5-2 diet. The last thing I'll say is when you do eat in the evening, you eat that dinner, try to eat that dinner. Let the last bit that you swallow, let it be at least 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Or you go to bed. At least that's the minimum. But the more you can eat that last meal before you go to bed, the better off. Now, you just ate that meal 3 hours before you go to bed. And here's the bonus. Work out an hour before you go to bed. Whether that's walking for 30 minutes. If you got a treadmill at your house, walk on a treadmill for about 30 minutes. Then go take your shower. What you're doing is you are supercharging your metabolism, right? We've heard the old saying, make money while you sleep, right? Because you got the right investments. It's making money for you overnight. Well, the same thing is with your metabolism. If you supercharge it, meaning work out, your metabolism gets, elevated, then about the time it calms down, it would have burned up some more calories, right? So that's why I always tell people to work out, walk at least an hour before you go to bed, walk a mile, walk for 30 minutes, take you a good shower, And when you fall in that bed, your body gonna be so tired from that exercising that you're gonna sleep like a baby. So
Now, what about us? Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to challenge you because it makes me more energized when I exercise. So what about people like us?
Well, see, here's the thing. That's where the shower comes in.
Okay.
You take that shower, you can put in your lavender, whatever it is, the scent that basically calms you back down. So
Okay.
yes, you're going to be elevated, your heart rate, but normally I don't know how long people take showers, but again, a good 10-minute 15-minute shower, just sit in there, let the water just massage you. And most of us got those different settings on the shower head, and actually put it on the one that massages you, and that'll calm you down, right?
Okay.
And then get the lavender, get the scent going, and get the brain to relax and the muscles to relax, but your metabolism is still going. And then once you dry off, you sit there and pamper yourself, and that's also will help you relax because you're massaging yourself when you put on your lotion. So all of that is calming you down. And turn the television off and put your little mask over your eyes, and I'm telling you, la la land, you start counting sheep.
I love that. Can you give us one exercise that you feel, because I wish I had a whole program that I could just talk about the exercise portion, but can you give us one exercise that you think would make a difference for us?
One exercise that'd be kind of hard because the body is so isolated, but yet is compound, meaning isolation. I got my right arm, I got my left arm. Those are isolated. I can use them individually, but then there are times when I can use them both together. That's compound.
Okay.
So if someone could, I would say do a multi-performant exercise. For example, you can do kettlebells. Everybody got kettlebells. You can do kettlebell swings with a squat and then a shoulder press. So with that simple movement right there, you got to squat down to swing it. And then when you go to stand back up, you're doing squats, right? And then you also engaging your core because you got to stay balanced, right? And then when you shoulder press it, you're working your shoulders. So with that kettlebell, you're getting, I believe, your legs, you're getting a little bit of your core, you're getting a little bit of your bicep, you're getting a little bit of your shoulders, all in that one exercise. So if I could say what is one exercise, I would say do a kettlebell, squat, shoulder press, and that would be the one exercise that I would give that could hopefully help somebody.
That's huge because that's going to truly help a lot of people, including myself. Work that thing supplements, sir.
Work that thing supplement. Actually, Dr. Sheila, how did it actually started?
Yes.
Work that thing. And here's something for people who I believe everybody has a business in them. They have a business. They have a business. And how do I know that? Because everybody knows of a problem that needs a solution. And I've learned that every problem is a business. If you have an answer, you got a business. All right. So you don't need all 7-8 billion people. Like they say, you just need 1% of the people to believe in what the problem you're trying to solve. So Work That Thing supplements came about with me and my daughter. She runs track, and I've been coaching her ever since the 3rd grade. So as she got older, middle school, high school, I start saying to myself, okay, it's time for her to start warming herself up. All right. She's a big girl now, kind of like we alluded to earlier about the women who pretty much are empty nesters now and everybody's gone. What do we do? So I did the same thing pretty much with my daughter. I said, okay, now it's time for you to take over. So I leave her the workout card, and she warms herself up, and I go off and do something else, maybe look and see about her heat that she's in, what lane she's running in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just walk off and just come back, let her have some, mental time for preparation. So when I do come back, I'll say, okay, are you ready to run? And she would say, yes, I think I am. So work that thing started out as, okay, let's go work it. Let's go work it. Let's go work it. Right. And just like Nike, just do it. Right. So let's go work it. So then as I started seeing it more and more, work that thing started to come into play. So instead of going to work it, let's work that thing. And what is that thing? That thing right now is the 400 meters. It's the 400 meters. She also runs the 200. Okay, let's go work that thing called the 200 meter, right? And so it started out with just a slogan. And then wise people surround themselves with wise counsel. Hey, you do coaching, you do nutrition, you need to turn it into a business. So everybody kind of liked the name, work that thing again. Like I said, it's kind of like Nike, just do it. So, hey, just work that thing. And work that thing also means to work that thing, you're going to have to overcome some adversity. You have to overcome things that hinder you. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in life, it's not just going to fall in your lap, right? You got to go work that thing, right? And work it the right way. So work that thing then turned into supplements. Again, going back to my 22 plus years of nutrition. So how did I work that thing? So I developed it with my daughter, and I'm just trying to give people the purest of what has helped me stay in shape. I still think that I'm still in pretty good shape. And it's all due to the fact of my 22 plus years of physical fitness. And I know we all have different experiences in life, but the principle is we want to be as healthy. And I don't put nothing in my body that I wouldn't tell other people to put in their bodies. And I take my own products, and it's great. It's great ingredients.
Is it a supplement, a vitamin? What exactly is it?
We have different it's supplementation, because most of the times we don't get what we need out of our foods. We overcook it, undercook it, or sometimes we are living a busy life. So it's a supplementation. So we got everything. If you want to like build muscle, and this is just not for men, but creatine. Creatine is good for women as well, because the older we get, then we start losing bone density, we start losing muscle. So that's why you see a lot of people who are older working out more, because it helps them feel great. You look great. You keep the skin tight, right? So, and if you're a young athlete, creatine is good for you. We have organic beetroot. We have a lot of organic stuff, and we have natural stuff, vegan protein, organic beetroot. Basically, what that does, it helps to open up the circulation in the body. So maybe you don't feel like you have a lot of energy, right? Well, when you take this organic beetroot, it opens up the capillaries in the blood vessels, right? And you're able to get more blood flow. So this could possibly help a man who maybe they have erectile dysfunction. It can speed the blood flow. So organic beetroot, yeah. So
I'm bringing the mic close. I said,
Oh, I know, right? So yeah, it's all about that blood flow. The more blood, and then you get energy as well. You get energy, so you get stamina and you get strength. So you can't beat that. But yes, there's a lot of products in the store.
I didn't know that beetroot does that.
Yeah, anything, I believe anything that increases the blood flow. And I advise everybody to like Google and look up anything that I've said, and also always consult your doctor, right? But here's the other trick. The doctor's really not going to tell you everything that is good for you, because if they don't make money from it, then they're going to tell you they don't suggest you try it, right? So again, that's another thing about doctors. I thank God for doctors, but you know what? If you show some type of organic stuff to them and they don't get paid for it, they're going to, well, I have to do more study on it. They know that stuff works, man. They just don't want. Yeah, exactly. So again, organic beetroot, check it out. It increases the blood flow, and I've taken it. Like I said, I get energy, long time energy.
Stop.
Facts.
And let's segue on over to the Tyrone Poole Foundation.
Yes.
What is that foundation for, and why did you choose to create it?
Oh, wow. Again, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about that. The Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation. Actually, the name Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation was established in 2011. But the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation, giving back to the community, was already being done back in 1995, right? Okay. And I've been doing it for years. Again, wise person surrounds himself with wise counsel. And someone came to me and said, Tyrone, you need to form a 501c3 organization. Now, this is where you can maximize it. That's what we all want. We all want to maximize, right? So they said with the 501c3 organization, you can get corporations to come in now, right, and help you out instead of like doing it out of your pocket and stuff like that. So, so then in 2011, I created the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation, which is a 501c3 organization. It does the three pillars that every foundation does, I believe, which is fitness, something about fitness, something about education, and something about humanitarian efforts, right? But every foundation has a heartbeat. They have a heartbeat. Thought I turned my phone off. Sorry about that. Dr. Sheila, somebody already heard about the show.
That's right.
About the show already.
We'll send them a link.
I know, right? But the heartbeat. Every foundation has a heartbeat. Yeah. A heartbeat. And some heartbeats for organizations, they cancer, right? For my foundation, the heartbeat is family. It's family. Why family? Because I feel like the family, if we could get the family foundation rebuilt, earlier we talked about refill, reform, and restore. If we can reform the family unit, refill the family unit with information, whatever it is, and we could restore the family. And if we can restore the family, regardless if the mother and father are together or not together, then I think we can help our youth, because I feel like these boys and these girls, they are running ragged because there is no foundation at the home. Not saying that there's no foundation, but the foundation is not as solid as like when I was coming up, maybe when you were coming up, and people who were watching. I'm like, shoot, I'm telling you, the foundation at my house, my dad, yes, when they say the man of the house, he's the man of the house. And I could be in school, and if I mess up and the teacher says, I'm sending a note home for your parents to sign it, I take the note. But then when I walk out that classroom, I say, oh, no. My parents ain't going to know about this because, man, look at here. Well, I get a whipping. So sometimes I would get my friend, hey, can you sign this note for me, man? Just sign it, But I wouldn't advise nobody to do that right now. But, we all grew up, right? But the family structure. So I feel like God is one. God is in man. God is in woman. And when man and woman come together, they form oneness on this earth. And when they have children, which God created us, then we create children. We have the same ability to create, right? So when we birth that child, we, the father and the mother, we are the closest to God on earth that child is going to see. And if the family is separated, then you got this boy. Nothing wrong with single mothers or single fathers, but let's talk about single mothers. My shout out to all my single mothers. But even a good mother would say, I can't teach him how to be a man. That's why she'll go look for a male replacement. But at the same time, that male replacement is not the biological makeup of that boy. So sometimes it's kind of like some friction.
Yeah.
Unless that male replacement comes into that young man's life when he's real young, like a baby. But if he comes into that boy's life at a later stage, then that boy gonna be like, you know what? At some point, you ain't my daddy. You ain't my daddy. So now that boy is out trying to find out who he really is.
Yeah.
So again, that's why I say, even if the mother and father are not together, they should at least try to do things together to help that son, right? Find out who he is, find his masculinity, right? Now, for the girl, the daughter, the same thing. Shouts out to all the single parents. But if one half of that girl is missing, say the father's not there again, right? She knows her femininity, but she's missing understanding the masculinity. So when she goes to get married, she's marrying something that she has no understanding of because she never saw it growing up. And then she grows up watching TV, seeing how these musicians are calling females different names. And sometimes you see, she sees these women dancing on TV, Instagram, showing their bodies. And that's what she thinks how she's supposed to relate to a male. So that's why I tell my daughter, the best safety net she got when it comes to dealing with other boys is me, right? If you got this boy you want to date, bring him to me. Let me interview him. Let me take him in the backyard. Let me get my pistol. Let me get my shotgun. Let me ask him a couple questions. So he's standing beside me, and I say, I got my shotgun. I say, so you taking my daughter out, right? Boom. Where y'all going? Boom, you know. So I put fear into him already because I say that jokingly, but seriously, if that boy knows that that girl got some support behind her, he's going to be less likely to try to do her wrong because he know if he does her wrong, he got somebody to answer to. So that's
for
why
the single mothers that don't have someone like that in her life, what would you suggest? Would you suggest her reaching out to a male friend to have that conversation, or how would you maneuver that, in your opinion?
Yeah, and that's another good point, good segue. Again, if you can't get that father back, because there's some relationships that are just toxic. But let's first remember this. Let's remove our emotions out of the situation. This is all about the kids now. It's not about what he did to you, what he said to you. You were in love, but he broke your heart. Remove your emotions and let's look at the kids only. So I say that to say, reach out to the father. Remove your emotions and say, hey, your daughter needs you. Your son needs you. And you don't have to try to beg them. Just let them know that. If the child is too young to speak to them or the child don't know what to say, or you can have the child write a letter to their father. Now, the father don't show up, the father don't want to be a part, then like you said, Dr. Sheila, you move on and you find a surrogate. You find a father figure. Start in the family first. Start with that uncle who got children, right? Because they understand family, as they would say, blood is thicker than water. So blood is going to take care of blood. Okay, if you don't have a male figure in your family, or you got a male figure you don't trust, right? Then maybe you go to some type of programs in your neighborhood, right? Sometimes they can have some mentors who are male mentors, right? And so those would be the two situations. Or if you have a long-standing relationship with a male, then maybe that male can step in and be that absentee male role model in that boy or the girl's life.
Tyrone, I want to give you a minute to tell people how to reach you, because we've given them some options. Scrolling across the screen, as well as the Tyrone Poole Foundation, the Work That Thing. We also have the Tyrone Poole 38 as well. I want to give you a second to address the audience before we go.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, Dr. Sheila. It's awesome to be on your show. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and thank your viewing audience. But simple, if you want to get in touch with everything that I'm doing, just go to TyronePoole38.com, TyronePoole38.com. You'll see everything from the foundation. You'll be able to click the link, go to the foundation. You'll be able to click the link, go to workthatthing.com, the supplements. You'll be able to order the book. And I always tell people, if you're going to order the book, it's a great book, 12 Dynamic Principles that changed my life. It changed my life. It'll change your life. Go to TyronePoole38.com, because when you go there, you then give me an opportunity to help the foundation, because I'm able to get all of the proceeds. Now, you can get the book on Amazon and anywhere else, but when you do that, you now give some of the proceeds to the publishing company. And if you want to help me to help maximize the community, then the best way to do that is to go to TyronePoole38.com. Plus, you get the book autographed, and I got some shoes too. Check out the shoes. Work that thing.
Oh, that's right. You do have apparel on there.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Tyrone Poole, it was an honor having you and an honor speaking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sheila. It's a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure. There you have it. Tyrone Poole. He gave some fantastic nuggets. I thank you for just joining us with Lifestyle Mastery. I thank you for always supporting. And I thank you that you will take the tips that were given to you and use them, because you can't work it unless you work it. So until next week, this is Dr. Sheila Smith. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on Lifestyle Mastery with Dr. Sheila Smith. We hope that the insights, tips, and tools shared in this episode have inspired and empowered you to take control of your personal and professional life. Remember, personal development and entrepreneurship are a journey, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Keep applying the strategies and techniques you've learned, and never stop striving for your dreams. We'd love to hear from you. Please share your feedback and success stories on our website or social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe to Lifestyle Mastery for even more expert insights and inspiration. Thanks again for being a part of our community. We look forward to continuing this journey of growth and success with you. And we'll see you again on our next episode.